This is a business card cube. And if you were like I was in a previous life and had a job with zero use for business cards and a company that insisted on giving you boxes of the damn things, here's something that's a little bit more creative to do than throwing them out. Now, you make them by taking two cards, putting them together at 90-degree angles. Now, at this point, the exposed side is what's going to be on the outside of the box. So I suppose you can, in this case, with these cards, you could make it white. I think it's more interesting to have the print on the outside, though. Anyway, you put them together, center them as best you could. Centering them isn't really important. You do want the angle as close to 90 degrees as you can get it. But honestly, just eyeballing it is fine. You then bend the tabs over, like so. Now you have two business cards that are creased. You have a side here that's a perfect square. Well, depending on how well you lined it up, it's a perfect square. And these are going to be the faces of the cube, and then you've also got a pair of tabs. Do this 2 more times, and you've got 6 faces for your cube. Now, to put them together, I find it's easiest to start with a corner. Counterintuitively, despite what I showed you a minute ago, the tabs go on the outside of the cube, the faces go on the inside. So if we start with an edge here, the face goes on the inside, the tab goes on the outside. The face goes on the inside of the tab. The tab goes on the outside of this face. Now, another face goes on the inside of this tab. Go inside of these tabs. Outside of that face. And oops. It's falling apart. So the tab goes on the outside, the tabs are all on the outside. And now we have a cube. Now, if you make more than one, you can fit these tabs together and put the boxes together. They fit together kind of like this. You see how that goes in there, and then this tab goes in here. Now, once they're cubes, I haven't found a good way to fit these together without mangling them. So if you want to attach them, I find it's easier if you build the cube onto the other one where you want it. So for example, here we start by putting the tabs in where they're going to be. That's how the new cube is going to connect. It feels like you ought to be able to skip this face, but you can't. If you skip this face, the whole thing falls apart because you do need these tabs. So tabs on the outside, face on the inside. Tabs on the outside, face on the inside. And now for the top one. Tabs on the outside, face on the inside, and there we go. We now have 2 of them connected together. Now, the first one I showed you was a lot cleaner than this. To clean it, you add a second layer. You take more of these, and where the tabs are, you just slide these in. And that then covers up the tabs. Makes everything look nicer. And so on and so forth. Now, if you really want to get aggressive with this. Google a, what's it called? A Menger sponge. It's kind of like a Sierpinski's triangle, but with a 3D cube. And it looks something like this. I was only ever focused enough to put together this one. This is a level 1 business card Menger sponge. A level 2 is you make 20 of these all stacked together in this shape. And yeah, so it's a fractal, so you could theoretically do that forever if you had enough business cards. I have heard of people making a level 3 one of these with business cards. I hope no one was crazy enough to ever make a level 4. But so that's that. Let me know if anyone creates anything really cool with them.